Hello, my name is Bruce Miller, and I'm with RIMtech Consulting. And I'm here to talk briefly about our course, SharePoint for Information Management Professionals. The course is all about SharePoint, but we divide it into two halves. Now, first of all, I just want you to know that this is a one-day virtual course online, and it's tailored for records and information people. So we assume you have a strong foundation of records keeping, the science and the terminology of that. So it's what we call a foundation course, which means the first half of the day is focused on the concepts and methods, the foundation of electronic record keeping and EDRMS. The second half of the day is focused entirely and exclusively on SharePoint specifics. Okay, so in the first half we cover all the concepts you need to know, because if you don't understand the concepts of what we're trying to achieve with an EDRMS, there's no point in learning about how to use SharePoint. You've got to understand that it has to be in the context of an EDRMS. So in the morning, in the first half of the session, we'll cover all the fundamentals, the numbers, which is how to measure and prove the success of your EDRMS, the SharePoint information architecture, which is where do we store our documents and why, and what metadata, what libraries, what content types do we need. We will crack open case records, which is hugely important. Over half of your records these days are case records or event-driven records. And most people get this part wrong. The software absolutely will need case records properly, fully defined and dealt with, or you won't be able to do disposition on them. We'll cover the two lethal threats to an EDRMS. And if you make either of these mistakes, I guarantee you your project will fail. We'll look at email, how to handle that. We'll look at the roles of the people involved, and we'll learn about automation, how to automate this project. Because the last thing we want is for end users to be involved in record-keeping processes. So in the afternoon, in the latter half of the session, we'll look at the SharePoint fundamentals. We're going to teach you everything you need to know about SharePoint to understand an EDRMS in a SharePoint setting. We'll cover things like the libraries. How many libraries do you need? How to name them? What is a content type? What about versions and how to manage the versions of the documents? How to upload and put documents into SharePoint so that they become records. How do you do that? And remember, there are 5 software products on the market for SharePoint. And this course doesn't care or matter which of the 5 you use. Everything you learn in this course is going to be universal to those 5. We can talk about any of the 5 you wish to talk about. 4 of them are very much similar, and one of them is extremely different from the other 4. That one is Purview. We can answer any questions you have on any of those 5, but it's neutral training here, okay? Vendor neutral. So we'll look at permissions and metadata as well, and how to retrieve records, and also some internal SharePoint limitations you have to be very, very careful of. So that's about it. And in the description below, you'll see 3 links. One is a link to the details of this course. The second is a link to the schedule of all the training courses we offer. And the third is a link to register for this particular course if you're interested. Thank you very much.